Welcome to Real Health with me, Karl Henry. Folks, Eunice Power is one of Ireland's most trusted voices in home cooking. A chef, caterer and entrepreneur known for her warm, accessible approach to food. Her brand new book, My Irish Kitchen Table, celebrates simple ingredients, family recipes and the comfort of gathering around the table too. Drawing on her farm upbringing, years of feeding a very busy household and a belief that cooking should never feel like a chore, Eunice offers dishes that are easy, achievable and full of heart. Eunice, welcome to Real Health.
Oh, thank you, Karl. Thank you for having me.
We finally get you in.
Yeah.
How's it going?
It's great. Great, thanks. Yeah, good.
You've been flat out travelling the country, getting the book out there, selling massive numbers. I've seen it in the charts every single week.
Yeah.
How does it feel?
It feels surreal, actually. I had no idea about book numbers or how, like what good looked like. I know what good looks like in my own world, in the food world, but I didn't know in the publishing world. So yeah, I'm absolutely delighted and I'm really flattered by the support, and humbled by it.
What inspired you to write a book finally? Because this is your life is food.
Yeah, I know. But it's what inspired me. The book kind of wrote itself. It's been there. I've been writing. I started writing, I suppose, the Irish Times in about 2011, which is like a long time ago now. So I had a big collection of recipes. People are always asking me for recipes. My Christmas cake recipe, my pudding recipe, various different things, brown bread recipes, and so it kind of made sense to put a book out there. Yeah.
Chat to me about your relationship with food. How did you get into it? How did you become the person we see in front of us in terms of doing what you do?
Yeah, it was very organic. I suppose I came from a farm. My mother was a home economics teacher.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And because of the marriage ban, she didn't teach, stayed at home. So she was very precise, and very kind of crafty and creative. And what we had at home, I didn't realise was so amazing. And it wasn't that amazing, Karl. Rural Ireland in the 70s was like a roast chicken, but a proper chicken, and the spuds, and it was seasonal, and there were mushrooms. My dad would bring them in on his captain the farm, and you'd go to the mart before Christmas and he'd buy turkeys and we'd bring them home and finish them off and do all that messy stuff with them. And sometimes it worked out well and other times it wasn't so good.
All the messy stuff.
The geese thing didn't work out that well, because they turned into complete, savages and we're all terrified of them. And then I think I had to go away. I went to Shannon, did hotel management, loved that whole hospitality piece. I always knew I would do this. Then worked in Switzerland, worked in London. And I think you only appreciate what you have when you go away, And so when I came back, I got married, I had the kids and I wanted to work from home. And I taught myself how to cook. And then it's like something when you take the lid off, it's just an explosion within me of excitement and of curiosity, and which I still have. I'm actually so curious still about how things are grown, what you can do with them. And I'm constantly amazed by producers out there. I mean, this year I spoke to, for example, McCann's Orchard with the work I was doing at Tesco and figured out, they told me exactly what they do with discarded apples. It's juice. Discarded pulp goes into anaerobic processors. I mean, it's just incredible, the circular economy around food. I know we both know Clonakilty Irish yogurts. I mean, they're just incredible. The milk comes in the morning, it's processed, it's out on supermarket shelves the next day. I mean, we have so many amazing farmers and producers in Ireland. That whole economy is incredible, and I'm so fascinated by it and so proud of it. As an Irish person, we have the best food in the world. I think hand on heart I can say that.
And you're very driven.
Yeah, I am driven. I'm passionate, I suppose. I'm passionate about what I do. And it's kind of curiosity drives me on. And I think, that communication piece about telling people about how to reframe food and how to think about it. I mean, I actually crack up when I go into supermarkets and I see the strawberries and stuff like that. And I know there's a demand for it, but it's, why can't we eat more seasonally? And stop giving out that we can't get things all year round. Start to understand, and also understand that if you like, there's a lot of cranks on Instagram and things, saying, "Oh, we're buying apples from South Africa because we can't actually get them in Ireland in January. We grow apples here like for 2 or 3 months of the year. We keep them in storage, and if you want to have pink ladies at all times of the year, they have to come from somewhere else." And also, it's interesting because they're grown under license, and I think there's only one farm in Ireland that grows pink ladies, and they can only grow a limited amount. But the more you sort of scratch the surface on it, the more you discover,
And the food festival, that's a big baba for you.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it. Yeah, we have an incredible food community in Dungarvan. It's full of the most amazing people, from producers to restaurateurs. All of them are independently owned businesses. I feel incredibly privileged to work with them all and to shine a light on what we do. And I can name just 10 people at the tips of my fingers who do such an amazing job all year round. And this is a year that we get to put them on a pedestal and bring people in and recognise what we do. I mean, Dungarvan was a town that people bypassed 20 years ago, and now it's a food destination.
It takes someone to pull it all. It takes someone to have the courage, the drive to pull it all together, to pull people together, to push people out of their comfort zone. Does it push you out of your comfort zone, putting stuff like that on?
It does sometimes. It doesn't. It doesn't really push me out of my comfort zone, because I have been, I've kind of walked the walk for a long time. My catering background has, given me the experience of creating events in unusual places. I'm used to pulling things together. So it's really for me to give people a security when they're out of their comfort zone, they can trust us. And you know what? I couldn't have done it 20 years ago. And it's something that young people don't understand. You need experience you need experience. You need to build on experience. Rome isn't built on a day.
It's an aspect of life that's changed, that, hasn't it? That idea of the instant expert or the instant cook or PT or whatever it is.
Yeah.
I'm in your era of time. You had to put in the hours and earn your stripes and earn your experience, and that took time. Where now everyone's instant.
Yeah.
Overnight they can decide and they can record themselves into becoming or appearing to be, fabulous.
They also instantly disappear as well. It's like we've been around a while.
Or you pull them in. See, we've discovered that here on the show. You pull them in and you ask them, and after 10 minutes they run out of road.
Yeah.
Very quickly.
Yeah.
They don't have the depth of knowledge or the depth of passion, maybe, or it's a very different world.
Yeah, it is. And it's not like, understanding people is the biggest and most important thing in life, and that comes with experience, and to understand where they come from. And you kind of nearly need to go through those various stages of life yourself, to understand how somebody is coping at home with a sick child, or with a kid who's maybe not settling in university, or there are all these different, or with if one of your children has a breakup of a relationship or something. I'm not saying any of these apply to me in particular, but you need to understand people and have a little bit of compassion and understanding, and also understand the people in a business, that very often I can lend my experience to give them a helping hand, to move them outside of their comfort zone in a supported environment. And that's what we give people at the festival, to try something a little bit different. And then that gives them a taste for something new. Because like being in business as well, doing the same thing day in, day out, it's great. It's brilliant. It gets a bit boring sometimes. Sometimes you want to fluff up a little bit, and kind of ruffle the feathers and see what else is out there. And even if it's only once or twice a year, it does give you a kind of a fresh new focus on your business.
The book is very much about home style cooking as opposed to restaurant style dishes or cooking. And that was important to you, wasn't it?
Absolutely. And I see the future of Irish food and of eating out as something that is going to be more home-based. I don't think, if you're a young couple now in Ireland and you're paying this like absolutely gigantic either rent or mortgage, You've got a babysitter, which I don't know. Do kids want to babysit anymore? They,
We get one.
do you? Yeah, good.
Date night's very important in our house.
Yeah,
We have
it's
to get out.
yeah, I know it is really important. But then taxis home,
Oh, yeah,
it's like that. They're a really big thing in rural Ireland. But being able to eat at home is really important, and being comfortable doing it and being comfortable inviting people over. And for me, inviting people over, it's not the cooking; it's like actually the sorting out of the house, making it look respectable, and getting the table set and all that
The
kind of thing.
process.
Yeah, the process. Yeah. So I think that eating at home should be really accessible and achievable, and like a good results should be very achievable. And you shouldn't have to go to the English market every time you want to cook a nice dinner. You should be able to buy it in your local supermarket or in your local fruit and veg shop, and also eat seasonally and not cost a fortune.
And to tie in with that, the idea of the table is very important to you as the real heart of a home,
Yeah.
a family.
It is. I love those kitchen tables with the Tipex, and I don't have much glitter in my house because I've all boys. But yeah, the kitchen table is it's really important place. It's where you have where we discuss everything. It's everything's discussed: the good, the bad, the indifferent. Whether like our kitchen table, it's a rare time when you're sitting around with a gang of friends having a glass of wine. It's much more frequent to be poring over the homework, or to be sort of coaxing somebody to eat something, your kids to eat something, or to be having the discussions about table manners and behaviour. And, I'm a nag when it comes to table manners.
Oh, are you?
Oh, yeah, absolute pain in the ass, yeah.
Oh God,
I know.
I'm trying to remember my own. The last time we met,
Yeah.
where were my elbows? I think they were off the table. I think
you were having breakfast, and I was just it was a flying visit. I was much more interested in the way you hold a room, Karl. You're amazing, and can I just say that to you? It's on the Saturday morning of our festival for the last 2 or 3 years. Karl has been giving a kind of a pre-breakfast workout. Probably like 100 people attend, and my God, you hold that park, and I feel like you give me such confidence that I can kind of just walk away and leave you there and know that everybody is having a good morning. So thank you.
I'm now blushing now. Thank you very much for that. If you are listening in, I'm now rosy red in studio.
Yeah.
Chat to me about Irish cuisine then. The sense, for a long time it was seen as kind of stews and coddle and kind of roast, whatever. It's a bit more than that now, isn't it?
It is. Like Irish cuisine is what Irish people are eating at the moment. And Irish, when we say Irish, who are Irish people now? We have a lot of new people in Ireland. And with them, they've brought the wealth of their culture with them. So our supermarket shelves look completely different now to what they looked 10 years ago, and even 15 years ago or 20 years ago. I mean, 20 years ago, 25 years ago, chorizo and pesto, we didn't know what they are, and now they're part of our diet, and that's what Irish
several
people are
types of
eating
pesto now. Yeah,
exactly. You can make pesto out of everything, So it's Irish cuisine is an evolving thing, as Irish people are, and as life is. It was seen, I think, that people ate much more simply years ago. I would be I would like to go back to that, to kind of more simple eating, to the quality of ingredients. Quality of ingredients is really important to me, and simple treatment of ingredients. Oh, yeah. And you'll see that in the book, You
think people know how to cook?
No, they don't. No.
And it's not getting better or worse. So, because during COVID, it was a big thing, wasn't it? It was like we went back to it was a flash in the pan, pardon the pun. But it was a momentary thing.
Yeah, people don't know how to cook. They don't, and you'll see that in the supermarket kind of trolleys when you're looking at it. And it's very sad. How come your potatoes are lumpy? Because they're actually not cooked properly. Like, you'll see that in my book, like how to make good mashed potato. You steam the potatoes until they're cooked.
How much butter do you put in? Come on, tell us.
Well, I put in milk and butter.
Oh, yeah, good. Yeah.
And but so what? Butter's good for you.
Of course it is.
Butter's good for you. Dairy's good for you.
I'm not knocking it.
Yeah, I put in a nice bit of butter. Like, you'll taste it. But
it's like when you watch Nevin on telly. Like there's like or any of the chefs actually, like, we're gonna put a little bit of butter, a little bit of olive oil. It's like half half the bottle.
Enough, but it's moderation is important. Like,
very important. Yeah, absolutely.
But people don't know how to cook because it's probably not you know what it is? It's down to time, Carl, and people don't have time. And people are so pressurized now. Like so pressurized. It's stuff coming from them from every angle.
It's a tough world, isn't it, at the minute?
It's a really tough world. And, you know, you and I live in that tough world and we work very hard, you know, in our own jobs and lives. And for me, there are three things. It's like things for me go off the rails when I don't have enough sleep. If I can't get a decent night's sleep, it really affects me. It affects my mood. It affects my temperament. If I don't eat properly, and if I don't get that walk in or go to Pilates or do a bit of weight training or whatever, you know, I need those three things in my life. And this week, those three things are all askew. So I need to, you know, go home later on and go for, out of kilter. Yeah, I need to go home and have a good walk, have a proper lunch. Yeah.
And make some of the lazy recipes in the book.
Yeah.
That's
Have this green soup, which isn't a lazy recipe, but it's basically everything in the supermarket. I have funny, like if I need energy, I go for green soup. If I need for comfort, I go for red colours. So like in the book, I have this green soup, which you start off with everything green. So you start off with leek. Okay, so there's some garlic and ginger. There's stock, if you can get a really nice chicken stock. You can buy really good, clean chicken stocks in the supermarket now. Chicken stock, and literally I put in maybe a courgette, chop up a courgette, fry all that off at the beginning with some olive oil, some green chilies, and like plenty of chili for warmth. And chili kind of warms your heart and your body, you know, and ginger. And then literally bring that to a simmer and throw in a whole bag of spinach, take it off the heat, blitz it up, and it's your green soup. And I would often have that for the day. If I want something really nice and warming, you know, at this time of the year, I might stop off and get confit duck breast in supermarket, some red peppers, red chilies, butternut squash, sweet potato, everything red onions, oranges, colour, plums, whatever. Chop those all up, toss them in olive oil, roast them in the oven nice and hot at 190 with my confit duck on top. The plums cooked down, the orange juice when it's finished, I squeeze the oranges. Get a whole, like I will put some ginger into that. I'll get whole chilies cut or whole garlics cut in half. Pop them out, squeeze, and I just got a lovely, colourful, mushy, comforting dinner, you know. So I like to, red gives me comfort, green gives me energy.
You've just made us all hungry now, by the way.
Yeah, I know, but and it's all, you know, it's all kind of sensible stuff when you think about it. Well, I actually didn't think of that until this very moment about red and green. But they're two very simple dishes in my book. Yeah.
When you meet people or when you do events and people ask you questions from like the non-chef community or people who don't, like, what are the basic questions that they come at you with?
Most people are really concerned if they're having an event about hospitality and about looking after everyone. Okay. And that is the main concern. So if my granny comes along who's 92, will you have something special for her to make sure that she, that she will enjoy her dinner? Because people are anxious about their guests, and I think that's a lovely way to be. Because if you're, and like very often couples are, people are having events, they'll want to kind of stay safe, and I'm saying I don't stay safe because of the 3 or 4 guests who you think won't eat whatever you're having, but let me know who they are and we'll look after them. But that's what I love about people, is that sense of hospitality, and they put other people in front of themselves all the time to make sure that their guests are comfortable and having a good time, and that's just such a nice way to be.
What are your favorite timeless recipes? What are your the ones you go time and time again? You go back to
time and time again. Comfort food, slow cooked, slow. Okay, so roast beef on Sunday.
You have an air fryer?
No.
Good, okay.
No, I don't have an air fryer.
They're everywhere.
I know. Actually, we have a microwave in our catering kitchen. I don't want to have one in my house either.
Yeah, nor do I.
Yeah, and the other thing that everybody's trying to get me to buy is a Thermomix.
I've seen them. Yeah. They're very snazzy.
Yeah, they are. But you know what? I don't know if I have the bandwidth to be, working on them.
That's because you can cook, you see. That idea of the little video thing and watching the thing and yeah.
Yeah, no, not for me. I like a knife, I like a good sharp knife and to be able to chop away.
That is an important tool for any kitchen.
Yeah.
A sharp knife.
Sharp knife, a microplane, really important, for like grating.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And you can
Microplane.
get one with a green handle on it, friend. Use your ginger and garlic on that. And then I have another black one that I do, like lemons and oranges and whatever else. Microplane's really good. Yeah.
Frankie, see if
Yeah. And then I have a liquidizer
Oh, yeah.
I use for everything. So
Yeah.
and that's for like in the morning. I have when I'm at home, I have kefir with a good splash of water, half an avocado, big handful of spinach, and then I put collagen stuff in because to keep things keep things on the up.
Yeah.
A bit of spirulina.
Oh yeah, spirulina. Yeah.
Spirulina, and something else goes in there as well. Dietary fibre start putting in too.
Oh yeah.
And I blitz that up in the morning, and that's what I have first thing in the morning.
Good for the gut.
Good for the gut. I'm all about the gut. Yeah.
Very important.
Yeah.
What other key things should everyone have in a kitchen? So like knife, grater.
I think so the Kenwood mixer, okay, that everybody gets as their wedding present or whatever. Yeah, the Kenwood mixer.
I got one of them. Yeah, we actually got
the
one for our
K
wedding,
beater and the whisk. I think every kitchen should have one of those.
Yeah.
And then your liquidizer or food processor, are great. But then stop. You don't need the hand stick, the stick blender. Like honestly, when I hear people talking about like a soup maker, I mean, give me a break. A saucepan, a hob.
They're meant to be very handy. I have two people who swear by them. Two clients who swear by their soup makers.
Yeah, I know, but I just can't be doing all that stuff in the kitchen.
Yeah, once you can blend it up.
Yeah, once you can blend it up. And I know people are really big into their coffee machines or whatever.
Oh yeah,
I've gotten rid of all of those.
Okay.
I just use one of those little kind of percolation things in the Aga or cafetiere. Yeah.
Oh, you've an Aga.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've an Aga.
They're great. Bit of comfort.
Very, yeah. They're very for big gatherings. They're fabulous. You can see what they were invented for, like for big farmhouses and feeding the masses.
Yeah, and for like your stocks, Like I have the chicken. I never stuff chicken actually. Anyway, I don't stuff them anymore because I just love to throw the chicken into the pot and leave it in the Aga overnight, and I get my lovely stock the next day. Yum yum yum. Yeah.
Oh God, we're all starving. Final question: what do you want people to take away from the book? Because I often ask people that, or even experts, or people who come in for have the chats. What do you want people to take away from the chats we've had? It's always nice to give people kind of a synopsis of the chat. Yeah. That's important.
So when I was young and I had moved away from home, and my sister and I were living in London, and there was an ad on television from a big supermarket, and it was fruit and then creme fraiche and then breaking up like a digestive biscuit or something, ginger nut biscuit and sugar. And we literally jumped up off the chair and ran out to the supermarket and brought all the ingredients and made it. And that's what I would love from our chat today. And from reading my book, the people would actually read it and it would whet their appetite. They feel accessible. It's accessible. And they'll go out and they'll buy the ingredients and they'll do it. And they'll feel really good afterwards. They'll feel really good about themselves that they've achieved this. Because there are so many things in life that there's so much pressure on us, and to actually achieve something, making a loaf of bread, making a nice stew, making a nice dinner, that is a great thing to do for yourself, Yes, I've achieved this. It looks great. And of course I made it myself. So I'd love people to get that sense of fulfillment from making something for my book.
Our son made his first ever dinner yesterday. It was gas. All on his own, We made goujons, homemade goujons. I know, I diced the chicken and then he did everything else.
Yeah.
Delighted with his life. He was thrilled with himself.
Yeah.
And it failed about 20 minutes in the day, and then his sister did the breadcrumbs in a mixer thing, and great. It was amazing. Yeah, it was deadly.
And that is so important, because highfalutin cooking makes people feel this is something I can't do, whereas I want to bring it down to 11. Yes, you can. You can do absolutely all of these things.
Sold. My Irish kitchen table is available at bookstores nationwide. If people want to follow you on Instagram, where can they find you?
Oh, Eunice Power. Eunice Power and chips, and probably Waterford Festival of Food. I answered that as well, off season. Yeah.
Amazing. Thank you so much for coming in. It's been great to have you.
That's great. Thanks, Karl.
Folks, that is it for another episode of Real Health with me, Karl Henry. As ever, you know where we are, at Karl Henry PT on Instagram, realhealth@independent.ie, and on the Irish Independent website. Cook your food this week. We'll see you next week for more Real Health. Slán go fóill.